Hey, what's up? I'm Michael. Today I am going to be doing a test with 4 brands of colored pencils that you can still get today. This is to show the difference in between how the quality and the blending quality of the pencils. And what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to use a set of, these are Crayola. I have a set of, now this is for people who are wanting to do coloring book stuff mainly. This is Daler Rowney. These are for people who are wanting to do coloring book stuff. For artists who are wanting to do their own stuff, Prismacolor, and also for artists, I have some Koh-I-Noor Polycolor that I picked up today. And I'm just going to be showing all 4 of these in action. I'm going to be drawing an apple with each set. So let's get busy doing that and show the difference in them. Now, if you are an artist and you want to have your work last a while, I do suggest going for a more expensive brand like Faber-Castell or the Caran d'Ache Luminance. There are some great reviews out there for those, and Prismacolors are very good for doing great art with, but they have some problems, and I have seen these problems with them. A few years back, or a little bit back, the company, I think they sold out to another company. It was ran by the Barrel company to start with. I don't know that they still are, though. I think they're another company now. But they no longer have the quality of the old pencils they had. So that's why I wanted something a little bit different, and I picked up the Koh-I-Noor. I'm going to kick this into time-lapse and tell you what I'm doing instead of letting the whole thing play through in this version. Now, there is a full version that you can watch as well. At this point, I am putting down the Crayola, and I just want to say I am blending with a white Prismacolor and a colorless blender on all of them at some point. And at this one, though, this is just the Crayola, and it went down smoother than I was expecting. It layered up a lot better, but Crayola is for your coloring books mainly, if you want to just do your normal coloring books and stuff. It's not, from my knowledge, it is not lightfast at all. It will fade over time. So if you want it to be artwork, I definitely would not go with Crayola, but if you're just wanting to color, it is an absolutely fine brand to use. I had quite a bit of problem trying to get a really smooth finish on the apple itself, but with the leaves and the stem, I got fine results with. I believe that I could probably do better with the Crayola if I really tried to, but I really didn't want to go too much further into it. At this point, I am doing the Daler Rowney, and these are in the art section at Walmart's, and I've seen them other places as well. But they actually, some of the colors do good. The way that I color is I hold my pencils on the side to cover a large area, and that way I can layer more because it's less pressure. But with these and the Crayola, if you want to get a better, a smoother coverage, you need to use it more standing up towards the point. And these actually, they turned out fairly good. The problem was that the colors are just muted. And I think that this set, this brand, only comes in 12 colors. I've never seen more than that with these. So at this point I am going to be doing Prismacolor. And Prismacolor is a wax based, and I'm not sure about the Crayola or Daler Rowney. I think Daler Rowney is somewhat of an oil based, where Crayola is somewhat of a wax based, but I'm not sure on that. But Prismacolor is wax based, and it is very buttery to go down if you put pressure on it, and you can get really good results with Prismacolor. My one problem is that you can't really get that much detail with them. I've gotten detail with them in a test that I've done before, but I really didn't have the detail that I wanted still. The colors, however, in Prismacolor, they are awesome. They're beautiful, and with the white Prismacolor with them, you can pretty much do whatever you want to. You can make anything, any colors that you want, and blend them out smooth as you want. And with that and the colorless blender. And I think that this one actually turned out excellent. The apple itself is very, very awesome. The one problem I had was the stem with this one, and the detail in the leaves. Now at this point I am going to be using the Koh-I-Noor Polycolor, and these, according to the package, are all lightfast, and it says that they are oil based. I know that the other Koh-I-Noor pencils that are like the woodless pencils that they have are actually wax based. So, and those are supposed to be student grade, where these are actually artist grade. And the only problem I really had with this set was that I did not like the white. It doesn't do anything really. It does blend a little bit, but it doesn't do much of anything else. But once I put down enough layers, and I went over it with my white Prismacolor, and I went back with the not the Prisma, well, yeah, the blender is what it was, and then I went over it with some more color. I think that this one actually turned out better than the Prismacolor one. And I'm getting pretty close at this point to being finished with it. I'm going to go back in here with this and actually burnish it down. And you can see how it just sort of comes to life there. The one problem I have with this is that there are no really dark colors besides the black. And I'm going to flip over the paper here in just a second and do another test. Now that front side was very rough paper, and I wanted to see how smooth I could get with that. This back side, this is watercolor paper. The back side is much, much smoother, and I am just trying to go through and blend it out with just the regular pencils, and then I go back in on certain areas and I use the white Prismacolor by itself. I use the blender by itself, and then the blender over the white Prismacolor. And I do that for all four of them. So you can see the Crayola was okay. The Daler Rowney actually turned out decent. The Prismacolor on this side actually was very hard to get smooth. However, the Koh-I-Noor, once I put my Prismacolor over top of it, the white Prismacolor to blend it, oh, it was awesome. And I didn't even have to put the white Prismacolor over it to blend most of it. But I think that in that test, the Koh-I-Noor actually worked much better. And in this part, I'm actually doing Prismacolor and Koh-I-Noor together to see how they work. And I'm putting in details with the Koh-I-Noor to see how it goes over top of them. So that's that, and thank you for watching.